Hey now, my name is Nick from Board Game Brawl, and this is your Kickstarter update. And it looks like in anticipation of summer, there's not a lot of high-profile Kickstarter projects, and some of the bigger ones have already finished within the last couple of weeks, but there's still plenty of stuff up there on Kickstarter. Let's take a look. Crysis, the analog edition, is being brought to you by Frame 6. This is a board game version of the popular video game series from a few years back. You and the other players take control of soldiers in these nanotech suits, which it looks to simulate the player versus player aspects of that game series. You're running around on a hex map trying to kill the other players. There's terrain that you have to deal with and possibly aliens as well. A few interesting notes about this project. First off, this was originally coming out from Queen Games, and before they just mysteriously dropped it. I mean, up until like 2 years ago, you could actually pledge to add this on to other projects that Queen had up on Kickstarter, and it just mysteriously went away. The other interesting thing is that it has a very specific pledge amount they're looking for, which is kind of weird, and also they have announced that they're not going to be doing a retail version of this, which is a weird thing to say when you're trying to Kickstarter a game and make it very successful. Like, oh, this is all we're going to do, thanks, bye. So I don't know what to think of this one. It really doesn't even look that great to begin with, but your mileage might vary. Pegasus Spiel is bringing you a new edition of the game Dwarfs, along with a new expansion called the Saga expansion. Now, the Dwarfs has actually been out for a number of years, but there was never an official North American version of the game. Now you can finally get that, as well as a German edition, if you so desire, together with the expansion. This is a cooperative game. Players take control of dwarves, who would have thunk it, and you are trying to stave off invading hordes of monsters with some Euro-style elements. It looks fairly interesting, looks kind of generic. It is based off of a book series which I've never read. I don't even know if that's available in English as well, but you might want to check it out. Held in Talf is a unique-looking family-weight game. Players take control of adventurers who, on the surface world, are just doing benign things like questing and trying to get goods and trade them. But you can go down to the netherworld looking for treasure if you're willing to deal with monsters, which the other players may be trying to play strategically to hinder you. I don't know, the game looks gorgeous to me. It's got an art style that's very reminiscent of Odin Sphere, which came out on the PlayStation 2 a number of years ago. It's just a pleasure to look at, and it looks like I said, a unique game, which is the kind of thing I'm looking to back on Kickstarter nowadays, something that stands out from the crowd, so you should definitely give a look at this one. Wego-Rama is bringing you Iron League. This is a competitive game for 2 players or more players on teams, where you take giant robots into arena and try to beat the crap out of each other. Now, what's cool about this is that there's giant robot miniatures, and you can actually disassemble them and put different parts on them, representing different guns and pieces of equipment and gear and shields and girders that you can use against the other robots. If you like assembling miniatures and if you like doing it on the fly during the game, this might be something that interests you. My name is Nick from Board Game Brawl. You can check me out at youtube.com/BoardGameBrawl. This has been your Kickstarter update, and I just want to say,